from Bad Monkey Studios in beautiful Amish country, heard throughout these fabulous United States and around the globe on the World Wide Web. This is the B Team with Corey and Jim. So I was hoping you could just write me out a quick prescription for some oxycodone or something.
I can't do that.
Hey, everybody. This is Jim with the B Team with Corey and Jim podcast. I have a special guest in studio today, but you'll meet her in just a moment. I have to tell you about a couple things. This, by the way, is our Christmas sibling quiz. As you know, I have two siblings.
Wow.
One of them is male. The other one is now a male. No, I mean a female.
Still female.
Okay.
Haven't completed that yet.
Okay.
So, yeah. Still considered female.
Do you like to shop? Do you shop online?
Yes.
Okay. If you shop online, chances are you use Amazon.com. Ease of navigation, low prices, free shipping, one-stop shopping, easy returns, wish list creation,
Absolutely.
and the ability to subscribe and save. Several items like groceries and diapers can be purchased as a subscription. Amazon will ship the product to your door at regular intervals on your schedule at the current price and give you an extra 15% off.
Wow.
Just by using your machine.
Listen, we do Amazon Prime all day, every day.
Super story. Go to our website, thebteamwithcoreyandjim.com, scroll to the bottom of our home page, and click on the Amazon banner. Log into your account and shop away. When you use our banner, it helps the podcast. Work hard, have fun, make history. Amazon.com. Tweaked Audio is focused on providing the finest quality audio products. With years of combined experience in audio and consumer electronics, Tweaked Audio is your best choice for personal audio gear. Tweaked Audio earbuds are great for music, podcasts, and everything you need to hear. They have all the most popular colors and styles you can't find just anywhere. Bluetooth, sport, metal, wood earbuds.
Wow.
Yeah. When's the last time you stuck some wood in your ear?
Didn't like it.
Mic'd, unmic'd, over-the-ear headphones, and all the accessories to keep you tweaked. Go to tweakedaudio.com and use coupon code BTEAM at checkout for 33% off all orders. 33% off.
Wow.
Just by punching in BTEAM, all lowercase. You get a full third.
1/3. So cool.
What did I say?
A full third, which is 1/3.
That's 1/3.
Yeah.
You made me feel like I said something wrong.
No,
You're not even on camera yet. You're not even part of the show
yet. I just said
yet.
it differently.
All Tweaked Audio products purchased using the B Team code come with free worldwide shipping and a lifetime limited warranty. Tweaked Audio sounds better. Video sticker. Attach videos to everything. Don't write it. Let them see you say it. Attach a video message to any gift, greeting card, or prepaid gift card. Buy some and start making your gifts more personal. Here's how it works. Place a video sticker on any gift or card. That's it. There's a lot more involved.
Yes.
All it is, it's just like a little card. You put it on a gift like you would like a to and from.
Yeah.
It's like a little card like that.
A tag?
And yeah.
Gift tag?
And all you, yeah.
That's what some of us call it. Not a card.
All you do is scan. You can scan that with your phone, or there's a code you can punch in on your computadore, and you'll see the person's face, and they'll talk to you. When the recipient enters the code, they will be wowed by your video, picture, or text. Isn't that something?
That is amazing.
Go to videosticker.com, purchase a 5, 10, 15, or 20 video sticker pack, and make every gift more personal. Enter coupon code BTEAM at checkout for additional savings. And, as always, video stickers ship free.
Wow.
Video sticker. Now it's personal.
I've learned so much. Amazing.
So, I would like to introduce to everyone my sister, also a sibling, correct?
Correct.
Tarina. Terena. The oddest spelling. Where's that spelling come from?
I don't know.
She's got red hair.
I
Always
do.
had red hair. You would not want to know how much time. I'm not sure why I'm pointing at you so much.
You really are. It's scaring me. I don't like it.
I spent a lot of my time telling people that your hair color is real. Like when I was growing up, people would be like, "That's not really because we're all Irish
people, dark-haired people."
Yeah.
Yes, the only redheaded, blue-eyed. Well, got that from Dad, but yeah, red hair came from way back in the family somewhere, like a grandma or an aunt, like several generations.
So we know that there was red hair at one time.
I'm told that. Yes,
Over on the Blarney side of the family.
absolutely.
When we were McGinns, before we became just Gins, before they removed our mix.
Before they removed our mix.
Ellis
Ouch!
Island.
Wow.
You are a nurse,
I am.
a registered, documented, real life.
I am. I have a license and everything.
Went to the schooling.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
The
good.
big RN.
That's really all I got.
That's all I got.
One bone of contention I have to make. You're well known for documenting and loudly stating that you don't care for my beard. This is a new look for me. In the family newsletter, she described my beard as, quote, looks like he's eating Colin Kaepernick feet first. Now I thought that was a cheaper
I didn't think you were going to
shot.
see that. So apologies.
The family newsletter, I wasn't going to see it.
Doesn't mean that I didn't mean it. Just means I'm sorry you saw it.
Now this shirt, I wore this shirt in honor of you. Do you know why?
Because I got that shirt for you. Yeah.
Many years ago, back before I had a shape other than round.
Yes. I recall.
I used to go to the gym more than once a decade.
Yeah.
And you bought me this shirt. Now, do you know it's Bodybuilders, right?
The Bodybuilders.
The Bodybuilders
yes.
Incorporated.
In Akron.
Is it still functioning?
My husband still works out there. That is not true. We moved away from
If it's going to go like this, I'm going to have to send you down the road. And I think my audience agrees with it.
He worked out there. That was his gym when we lived in Cuyahoga Falls, because
as far as we know,
hop, skip, and a jump down from Akron. But yeah, it's still in business, still going strong. It's a mostly male dominated workout area. Yeah. And I think the atmosphere alone speaks volumes about why a lot of females don't work out there. It's a little rugged, a little rough around the edges. Yeah. Rustic. Let's say rustic.
The fellas in there, excuse me, they're not working out on the equipment like at your community center YMCA.
No.
These guys are throwing steel.
Yeah. The free weights, as we like to call them.
Yeah.
In the weightlifting.
A lot of grunting.
Biz.
Farting. A lot of.
I'm not there. I'm assuming.
I want to tell you a story about this shirt.
All right.
Okay. So one morning I thought I was going to be really sweet to my family. And I got up early because I used to get up for my old 9 to 5. I used to get up at 6 a.m. Mm-hmm. So I got up early, like on a Saturday morning. Everybody, of course, is still in bed. So I decided I'm going to be a nice guy. And I go to a grocery store to purchase donuts from the bakery section. Mm-hmm. And I go to the donut area, and they have the fresh donuts out where you have to put on a little sleevey glovey hand thing, a paper glove, and reach in and get the donuts. And I'm trying to decide which donuts I want. So I hear, I just hear that out one side or the other.
Were you having a stroke?
No.
What happened?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I did smell almonds. I don't know if that.
Burnt toast. That's the big one.
So I am getting my donuts. I'm making my choices. And the lady goes, geez, you should take a little longer. And I'm like, oh, this is somebody I know, somebody who knows me. And
no,
I turn around and look, and it's a really big lady. No. There's big, and then there's whatever this was.
Really big.
This was, yeah. And she's in one of those cart things, right? But her shoes, see, me being an observer of the people, I give her a quick ocular pat down, and I see that her shoes are like worn out and stuff. So she's a walker when she wants
ambulating
to. Yeah.
Now and again.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, to make a long story longer, I turn around and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I said I've just got a couple more to pick, and I'll get out of your way." Just being a nice fella.
Yeah.
And she just has this look on her face like she's been sucking on lemons, and she's just like, "It's really ironic that you wear a shirt like that and buy donuts."
No, she didn't.
Had to swallow it because I had
immediate comebacks.
Yeah.
Ready.
Immediate.
You did.
Immediate. Yeah.
You had the comebacks before she even said anything.
Yeah, because she's in one of those little store carts, and I know she's parked out there in the non-ambulatory section.
Thank you.
And she walked up, and any non-ambular
that is not a word. No.
Any not walking.
Yeah,
stuff
there you go.
Is probably mostly due to, let's call it what it is, obesity.
Yes.
Yeah. I think because I saw her leave the store too, I truly believe I watched 2 toes fall off as she was rolling toward her car. But anyway,
no, I'm a nurse. I shouldn't be laughing at that.
No,
not
you
funny.
really shouldn't.
It's an epidemic.
But that's what I had to deal with, and this shirt reminded me of that little confrontation I had, and I wanted to tell you about it because I never told you that story.
It's kind of sad. I'm surprised you ever wore the shirt again. It's a sad story. I'm happy to see you in it, though. It looks great on you.
So what we're doing is the Christmas sibling quiz is what I've decided to call it.
Yeah.
It may be called something else by the time the show comes out Sunday.
Sure.
I mean, later today.
Oh, gave it away.
The magic of radio.
Before we get started with that, I'd like to do a shout out to craft services you have going on here. The broken candy cane and the half a bottle of water that I got was awesome after my 1.5-hour trek to the middle of nowhere. So kudos.
What's been the best day of your life?
Today. I mean, hello. I'm honored that you have me here, showing me the ropes, ready for me to take over the show. No. I never, ever thought that would happen. Now, I don't know a lot about livestock. I don't know a lot about farm reports. No. But you teach me everything I need to know, and I'm ready to go.
We don't.
Well, I I was here to...
Do you have any questions about the monkeys? Do you know about the monkey? Why do we have monkeys?
Given that you started off with the whole, welcome to Monkey Shine USA or whatever it was you said.
Bad Monkey Studios.
Okay, I'm guessing that's why.
And look at that. That's one bad monkey.
He is a bad monkey.
Now,
wow.
Corey, I consider that's Corey's monkey because it's on his side. That's where the camera shoots him with that. That's his backdrop.
I don't know, Corey. Is that a resemblance?
No. He says it's racist because he said it's Samuel L. Jackson from Pulp Fiction.
Well, he does have the suit.
See, that's the only,
that's all I'm seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think he's racist for thinking that's racist.
That's the first thing that popped into his head, isn't it?
Yeah, that's wrong to me.
How many kids do you really want to have?
At this stage, 0.
Yeah. We should say you're in your, and you look great, by the way.
Boy.
You're in your mid to late.
Watch it. What?
Yeah.
Okay, let me say this.
Yep.
I'm 1 year and 9 months older than you. So whatever you've lied to the people about as far as your age, 1 year and 9 months older is what I am.
My fans know that I'm in my late 20s.
Oh, well, there you go. Then I'm early 30s.
Yeah, so kids are done for you. Have you already had the quota? The time?
I've met the quota.
No. Have you, things gotten warm? Things got a little hot under the collar?
The birthing time has passed? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no more.
Well, the thing is, all four
of
my sons are,
you can keep trying to harvest
that kind of show.
Oh, yeah. Get nasty. Get filthy in there.
My
sons
my 4 sons are all grown. Now, there was a point in time when I was at childbearing age that I thought I wanted 6 children.
But you were busy. You were going to like college.
Your mom goes to college.
Oh,
yeah. When you
I was, yeah.
Just like Hannah. Hannah was a full-time student and a full-time pregnant lady.
Yeah.
You had my wife, because you know how we had ours, a lot like yours. What are the ages? Tell us about your kids.
Well, my oldest
I'll busy myself. Subject.
Occupy yourself over there. Mm-hmm. My oldest son, Tony, is 33. He's an attorney. My son, Mike, is 32. He's an exec with Spectrum Cable. The next one is Nick. He's 31.
Wait a minute. I have a nephew that is high up in the Spectrum. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting out here in the middle of nowhere with no cable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
All right, continue.
My son Nick is 31. He's a CPA. He's living out in Las Vegas.
So he's also a nurse.
Well, no, that he does numbers. That's accounting.
Oh.
And such.
What's it all stand for? What's all those letters?
Public accountant. What's the first one? Certified public accountant. Wow. Yep, I get bonus points for that one. And then my son Vinny. He's my baby. He's 27. And he is a paramedic in Cleveland. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. We know about the paramedics.
Yeah.
Those Cleveland paramedics.
I'm his mom. Please don't play that music again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And how's he doing?
So he's doing great. He had some health issues, as you know, a few years ago. A little touch and go there for a while, but he's doing fantastic. He really is.
That's why I don't really like to mention other family members outside, because I forget things. Mm-hmm. So I don't know who's still with us.
You don't know if they're still living or whatever. Yeah,
no.
I understand that. Yeah. You probably just
shouldn't. Somebody told me yesterday Dad died.
He did.
How'd that happen?
2 years ago.
Oh.
3 years ago. Wow.
2 years.
I don't know. Has it been 2 years?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Cancer. Ew. Wow, that brought everything down, didn't it?
Wow.
The C word. It does it every time.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yep. That
so sorry.
So how tired of my sound effects board?
Oh no, I love it. I think it's awesome.
You do?
Yeah.
You do?
I don't know why I don't have one over here.
No,
I'd like to be operating that.
I don't trust. Here's a new sound that I put up. This is just for Corey because he wanted like more of a DJ feel when he says something cool.
Sure.
Like if we get a good slam, just throw one at me. Throw a good one at me. Let's do an obvious one. Do a slam about my my girth. Why'd you go to the birth? I'd rather you call me a fat ass than get on my.
You just said birth.
Okay.
You combine girth and beard. I love it. It's a word already taken, though. You can't use it. You got to come up with a new one.
All right. So just give me one. Throw one at me, and I'm going to put a new sound on you.
Could I say, like, I didn't know I was visiting actual Santa today?
You like that?
Wow. Yeah.
And then we have Jason Ryan. Jason the Renegade Ryan. He's an MMA fighter.
Oh.
And he's a super good friend of our show. So I put one on just for him.
I like it.
I hope he does too. Next time he comes, I can't wait to use it next time he comes in. Except it might trigger something.
It might. Oh,
I'm hoping it doesn't trigger it, and I get like one of those crossover toe hold leg lock things.
That wouldn't be
to choke me out, and I have to.
Well, and the only thing I know is the rear naked choke. I don't know why I've hung on to that term, but that's the only one I know. I'm not even sure what it is. I just like the sound of it. I don't know. What's that say about me? So I'm just putting that out there.
We know how you got through college. That's what it says about you. If you could meet anyone in the world, alive or dead, who would it be?
Can can I have more than one?
If you could meet anyone
Wow.
in the world, alive or dead, who would it be?
Okay, I don't think you answered my question. Can I have multiple people? You say any one, or do you mean any one person? Can I say any
Let me check.
number
Hold
of
on.
people?
If you could meet anyone in the world, alive or dead,
You know what? I'm older than
Who
you.
would it be?
I'm going to answer the way I want.
well, anyone is spelled, it's all one word. Does that make a
Okay.
difference? Instead of any
Yes,
space one, it's just anyone.
I'm going to say it does. I'm going to say I can choose more than one person.
Hmm.
My first choice would be Jesus. I think that would be amazing.
You
For-
love Jesus.
for the simple
You're about
reason-
to meet him. Who was that?
What's that?
Who
and
is
did
that?
and did the person sound like that?
You know Jesus. You're about to meet him.
Oh wow.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a bad impression, so I don't think I can pick up on that. But the other person would be Elvis Presley. And not for reasons you would think. Like, yes, I'm a big fan, always
Yeah.
have been. Mom's birthday's the same day as Elvis,
Yeah.
whatever.
But
I
different
think
year.
Oh yeah. Much different year. If you're listening to Mom, yeah, way different.
Mom's not much older than us. That's a
Way
whole
older.
nother story.
Yeah, right, exactly. But yeah, just to find out what happened, why he did some of the things he did, and because I've read so much about him, and just
So you said
kind of a sad story.
Genghis Khan and
Okay, not what I said. I said Jesus.
Oh,
Elvis,
yeah.
Elvis, and I'm going to throw this out there: the Long Island Medium. Yeah, Teresa Caputo. I want to talk to her. Okay, I want to meet her. I want to talk to her. I want to find out who has departed that has things to say to me.
Yeah.
Okay, think what you want, people.
Yeah.
I know, the show's probably just entertainment,
Yeah.
but
Oh, wait, hold on.
I've seen some things.
I'm getting something. Oh, you've lost someone in the last couple years. Someone super close to you.
and it was a male or female.
A male figure. It's Tim.
Oh,
I'm getting a Jim, a Tim.
you're not good at this.
I'm getting a Dad,
No.
Daddy, Papa. I'm getting. Is any of that ring true?
Oh, obviously you've never seen the show. That's all I'm going to say.
What's her name again?
Teresa Caputo.
I just love her name.
Yeah, it's amazing.
What is one thing you've never told me?
One thing I've never told you.
See, here's what people don't know. You got married and left the housing situation
Yes.
when you were 18.
Well, no.
Babies having babies.
Actually, I was 20 when I got married.
Yep.
But thank you. Yes. I was 20. What have
I spoke at your wedding.
Yes, you did.
You remember?
Yes. And you know what? As a matter of fact, that I don't remember if I ever told you how much it meant to me that you walked me down the aisle.
Don't make me cry.
I'm just saying, it really did. And when I look at the wedding pictures, and there are you and I walking down the aisle, and you looking so dapper in your tuxedo. Yeah, I recall saying thank you, but I don't think I ever really expressed the heartfelt gratitude.
Well, thank you so
Yeah,
much. That's kind
you're
of you to
welcome.
say.
Yeah, it's absolutely
Okay.
true. I'm glad you brought up the wedding, because that probably is the one thing
Yeah.
I've never told you.
I was pretty drunk.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
You're totally wasted.
What's something our parents don't know about you? Oh boy. I know one. Do you remember a story? Now this is going to turn into this. People are already turning it off.
Yeah,
because
they
it's
hate it already.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a brother and sister talking about the old days. When you were babysitting one time, it scared me to death because I thought you were like a drug dealer or something. Now,
Wow.
because one time I was little, you were little, but we were both little,
Yes.
and you were babysitting for someone in a trailer, and I went there to the trailer. I rode my bicycle there because it was just down the road, and you came to the door and you were smoking a cigarette.
Oh,
ciggy.
you know what?
And then I was so upset. I really was. I
No.
remember that as a little kid.
You
That
know
was,
what? I wasn't babysitting. our older cousins were babysitting. I was there.
Oh.
They were smoking.
So
No, and I wasn't smoking a cigarette. Yes. And I took one puff, drag, whatever, and tried to do it the way they told me to, and about choked to death. Never touched a cigarette ever again in my life, ever. I was young. I was like, what, 10, 11?
Oh, yeah. You were,
Yeah,
you were
young. And they were older than us. They were several years older than us. So if you were 10 or 11,
I was like 4. So here,
year and 9 months.
Here's what people don't know about me. Okay.
Yes.
I've never even tried a cigarette in my entire life. I've never even tried.
There's no reason to.
Well, here's the thing that's funny about you saying that is I didn't drink my first cup of coffee until my 53rd birthday, the day of my 53rd birthday.
I did not know that about you.
That first cup of coffee I've ever had in my life.
Why did you start?
Because I wanted something. I got off pop.
Oh, I thought you were going to say pot.
Well, no, I'll never be on. Come on.
The
Cheebs. Come on. How's a guy supposed to get through the day?
I was going to say I didn't know about the pot problem, but okay.
Yeah.
Pop.
It's not a problem.
Yeah, no problem with the pot. Okay, gotcha. Wow, didn't know that about the coffee. I was going to say mom and dad, they definitely don't know that. I was going to say that they...
But I was so upset. I just wanted to...
I bet you were.
I just wanted to yell out.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
Yeah.
I was feeling that way.
Yeah.
Was I coughing and choking?
I really was upset. No, you were just mad that I was there. I think you were probably embarrassed, but little kids don't know how to express that.
Yeah.
So you were just mad at me. You were like, get out of here. What are you doing?
Because I didn't want anybody to know I just did something so stupid.
I know. I'm not sure why you were nude either. Yeah, but
I wasn't nude.
What's one thing?
Are you... come back to us.
Wait. What are we doing?
He blacked out for a second. I don't know if you saw that.
It happens. It happens. I don't remember if I've asked this question. One thing that you never told me. Did you?
Oh, about the wedding.
Yeah,
walking
the wedding.
Down the aisle.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the brain cells.
I didn't say I never drank any beer.
I know.
So.
Just saying.
What was a moment in college or high school that you'd never want to relive? A moment in college or high school that you'd never want to relive?
You know what? The first thing that came to mind was nursing school. When I first started nursing school and was toward the end of the program, I tore...
It's just going to be all about you.
I tore it. I thought the question was about me. I'm sorry. I went off on a tangent there for a second. And tore a tendon in my ankle and had to stop the program like with 2 months to go or something. And then had to come back the following year to finish. So that was horrible. Would never want to do that again. That's the first thing that popped into my mind. But then I remember something really hurtful. My best friend at lunchtime one day decided that she was going to leave school with some seniors that she knew through a job she had.
Whoops. I am so sorry. I am sorry. My fat fingers.
And she was going to try drugs.
She just announced it?
To me.
I'm going to go try drugs.
Well, because she invited me to go. And I said, no, I think that's stupid. I think you're an idiot. Why would you do that? We're at school. It's lunchtime. I thought we were just going to the cafeteria to have lunch together. And then here come these other people. And she's like, you want to come with us? And I said, no, where are you going? And then she told me, and I was like, absolutely not. I don't want to go with you.
So these are known drug people?
Evidently known to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I mentioned a name, you would know. Yeah. Big name in our hometown. Yeah.
Awesome.
Can't do that. Yeah. So anyway, and there I am. I'm in the cafeteria. I mean, I literally cried. I cried. I'm in the cafeteria by myself.
Yeah.
Thinking she and I were having lunch together as besties.
Yeah.
Didn't even know that side of her. And then from that, it changed our whole relationship from that time on.
I had a very, very similar thing happen.
Really?
Where my best friend, you remember Grouch?
Yeah.
But he went and he bought a nutty bar. Didn't offer me half. So to this day,
you don't speak to
I'm
him, do you?
holding on to that.
You don't talk to him, do you?
You don't talk to a man that.
No. Nutty bars? Get out.
Yeah.
That's sacred.
Is there something you can't live without?
I know this. I have a career in science. Oxygen.
No.
Yes. Yes.
No. Don't.
Is that right?
Don't
Is that the right answer, Alex?
Man.
What is oxygen?
We can't.
For 200? Something like that?
No, something like a vice or something.
Honestly, I don't think there's anything I can't live without. There are things.
Do you go a full day without talking to one of your kids?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Do you go a full week without communication with one of your kids?
No.
So it'd probably be really nice of you to say that then. I couldn't go a full week without talking to one of my kids.
Oh. But that I can't live without? I mean, I wouldn't want to live without that. But can't live without? Well, yeah.
Jeez,
okay.
Octomom.
Just to make everybody happy and know that I'm the great mom that I am.
You are.
Let's put that down. Can you edit this out?
You did
something. Can you have me answer it the way you did?
Can I or would I? Nah, it's two different worlds. Who would play you in a movie?
Oh, definitely Sofia Vergara. Yeah. You don't see it? Yeah. Well, that would be okay.
I'm sorry.
I
probably misspoke.
The young me, the old me would be like Sophia Loren or Raquel Welch. Yeah.
Do you know? And I can't think of her name right now, so I shouldn't even mention it. There is an actress that you remind me of. Wait, she's young now, but when you
were young.
She reminds me.
You're having trouble with your vocabulary for some reason. She reminds you of how I was when I was young?
Yeah.
Yes.
She looks now, the young.
Please tell me who that is because I'll have to start.
She's super popular.
Liking her.
I can't. I absolutely can't. And right now, I can't even pull up. I'm just so nervous about having you here.
Oh,
I can't even pull up a movie that she was in.
You're awestruck because of how much I look like Sophia.
Okay,
that's what I'm thinking.
Now, who should play you in a movie? Who would?
Who's that heavy set blonde?
Roseanne.
Not
Barr.
Roseanne Barr. Oh, you didn't. Get this off me. I'm done. This is over. That she's like annoying but funny. I think she's Australian. Is it Rainn Wilson? What's her name?
Rainn Wilson.
Is that her name?
No, Rainn Wilson was on The Office.
Oh. What is her
Rainn
name?
Phillips.
Is it really Rainn Phillips?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. She does
Rainn Wilson. No.
She does the those Pitch Perfect movies.
Did you say Rainn Wilson and then I told you it was wrong? Or did you say?
Is it Rainn Wilson? No, did I say Wilson?
We gotta look it up.
Anyway, she either her or Melissa McCarthy.
This is why they don't give old people shows.
It's yeah. I think maybe a little humor and a little heftiness thrown in and some annoyance. I think I can be annoying sometimes.
Can you I'm going to give you this next question. I'm going to look up while you're working on the next question.
Okay.
What's your most prominent childhood memory? There we go. This ought to take a minute.
I would have to say winning the spelling bee in 6th grade.
Oh, tell us
and
about that.
And let me tell you why. Because they had the trophy in the showcase at Dawson Elementary School.
Which no longer exists, by the way.
No, it's nothing but grass there now.
Yes. Rainn Wilson is Dwight Schrute. That's see? Rainn Wilson.
Oh, no, that's not. No,
okay, so
that's not her. No.
Okay.
That's not her now.
Okay.
But anyway, the trophy was in the showcase there by the principal's office, and there were a bunch of us looking at the trophy and a bunch of kids saying, I'm going to win that. I'm going to win the spelling bee. And just to be like, part of the crowd, I was like, I think I'm going to win that trophy. And by George, I won it. And I loved that trophy. It was red and silver, had a woman with wings standing up, doing the whole thing. It was amazing. I couldn't believe I won it. It feels like it was just yesterday. I remember it. Yeah, it was awesome. And the birth of our baby brother. That's pretty prominent. When he came home from the hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad were actually smart about that. And as everybody knows from listening to our show, our mom is a hippie.
Oh.
And our dad was a cop. So it was really weird living in that combination.
Hippie.
And, but they played one thing right that I can recall. And that is, they didn't make it all about the baby the day they brought him home, because they bought me a bicycle that day.
Yeah.
An orange.
It's pretty sweet.
Bicycle with a banana seat, if anybody knows what that is.
Yeah. You could always ride somebody else on the back of the banana seat.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to sit right on the point.
Yeah.
And then they rode on the back, but yeah.
But it didn't matter at that time. You didn't have any.
It really didn't.
There wasn't a lot of
extra stuff. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Not a lot going on there at that when I was
3.
I'm 6. I mean, I'm 6 years older than him.
Yes, you are.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You're doing the maths today. Good job.
Whoa. Is there something I did that you've never gotten over or forgiven? This is where things get sad.
Well, the rock to the head comes in play here.
I always threw rocks, didn't I? I got in so much trouble for throwing rocks. Always
at
in
everything
trouble.
and everybody. Yes.
What the hell was wrong with me?
And I'm just kidding, because you cried harder than I did when you hit me with the rock and the blood was running down my face and down everywhere. Yeah. I think I did more screaming. You did more crying. And as Mom tells it, you ran around and around the house.
Yeah, that's how I released. That's how I
exactly.
Yeah, I remember doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
People would think that I was like afraid of a situation or afraid of a person or afraid of some type of confrontation. But no, I had to run to get all the extra, and then I could think about it.
Calm it down. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Yep. But no, I don't. I only brought that up to hurt your feelings.
Yeah,
I forgave you for it.
Mission accomplished.
As a matter of fact, I think after the whole thing was done and Mom cleaned me up and all that stuff, that I hugged you and told you it was okay. I was trying to calm you down from causing me injury. So
you've made me
that's
sound
just who I am.
Like enough of a little
homo. I'm here to tell the truth.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how uncomfortable are you answering these questions?
Is 10 as high as I can go?
No, you don't seem to be at all. You're quite a natural on the mic, as they say. And I've been in this business for
19 years.
Months.
Oh, 19 months.
Many months.
Well, thank you.
So,
no, this is all right. So far, so good. I don't know how many more you have to go, but
I wasn't going to keep you long. We wanted to do because we still have Bill to bring in.
Oh, is that right?
That's your brother.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one Bill that I know. So yes.
Yeah, he's going to come in. And right now I'm just looking at the time. I was going to do a half hour each, and we're at like 40 minutes right now with you.
It has flown.
Isn't it fun?
It seriously has.
When did you tell Mom and Dad that you started drinking?
I never told Mom and Dad that I started drinking, but I think the time that
I guess that's not really worded right. I mean, in your lifetime, did you ever tell them that you started drinking at a certain time in your life?
No, but I have to say this. The mother of a friend of mine brought me home after the friend and I had been at a party drinking, and that was pretty much a dead giveaway that I was drinking at that point in time. But I was a senior in high school.
So you're close to
17
30.
or 18.
Oh.
Probably 18. Back in the day, Oh, did I just say that? Mm-hmm. Back in the day.
Yeah, you're that guy.
Drinking age was 18. So, yeah. But I think I
Yeah, with the low beer.
Yeah.
Whitey.
Well, everything.
We had an 80s
At 18,
show.
you could have everything.
You remember Whitey, right?
Absolutely.
Doug Whitus?
He was everywhere I was.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
Or was I everywhere he was? I don't know.
Something.
Don't tell him. It's an issue.
But we talked about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. Everybody
Okay.
drank.
Just wanted you to know
18. Yeah.
that. Yeah. You'd be, sometimes they would drink with teachers.
I've heard that. I've never done it. I
Yeah.
think it's kind of weird.
That's
But
really weird.
Yes. I did have a teacher that frequented the area saloons.
Oh, more than you think.
Yeah.
Did. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. We had some that
yeah.
invited people to their homes
Yes.
to
yes.
consume alcohol.
Yeah. So I have been in the same facility. No, that's not the right word.
Nope.
The same, well, let's say bar. Let's
Venue.
call it what it is.
Venue. Well-
I like that better. As a teacher has been, but not like drinking buddies or anything like that. That's kind of, never did that.
That's a no-no.
That's a no.
Okay, so I did. There's a part 2 to that question. When did you actually have your first drink? I don't think you would ever have tried to lie to them like I did.
No,
Because
I was 16 or 17.
I started when I was 14. I
Yeah.
started drinking when I was 14. And I don't think if you asked Mom right now, she'd probably guess 11 or 10. But
no.
no. If you ask her right now, she'd probably think that it was that I was a lot closer to like graduation.
Oh, yeah.
High school graduation.
Yeah.
She would have probably thought a lot closer. But I mean, they knew.
Yeah.
You know how many times they caught me and Whitey just like staring into the fish tank when we'd come
I
home?
don't.
Yeah,
I don't know
lots
that.
of times. Well, Dad would. Yeah. And he asked me one day if I was doing some kind of drugs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He said, "Are you guys doing?" I said, "No, I don't want anything to do with any drugs. I just drink beer. That's all we wanted to do."
Interesting. No, I was 16 or 17.
What's one piece of parental advice that you've held on to? One piece of parental advice that you've held on to. Something that...
Marry for money, not love? Oh, wait.
Nope. Gets no better than that.
I messed that up. Now, is this advice from our parents?
Yeah, I
or
would
is
say
this
parental
advice from people
advice.
as a parent?
One piece of parental advice. No, I'm going to say your parents...
Gave me advice.
Gave you some advice that you've held on to.
Don't settle for seconds. Don't.
Well, they certainly told me to have seconds. That's what I thought they were saying. Okay, I've got this.
Interpretation is everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've messed that up.
No, you can always do better.
Terina.
Yes.
What's your, again, that's Terena.
It is. It's unique.
It really is. Mm-hmm. I've always liked it. Did I tell you that?
Do you know how many people can't spell it correctly or ask me if it's short for Katrina?
Yeah.
No, not spelled that way.
And it's, people always thought, because I've had people like email me or text me or something. Mm-hmm. See, because I think a lot of people thought I was dead for the longest time until the show, till we started the show.
You
and then
resurfaced.
Like, oh, I think that kid was from our hometown.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And they would be like, tell Trina I said hi, Trina.
Right.
Is what they'd say.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say, you're stupid.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say.
You know what I say to people? It's like Teresa, only with an N instead of an S. Or it's like Serena when she was, big and popular. Is she still popular, by the way? Serena Williams, tennis.
Yeah, I think she's still playing. Yeah.
Then I'll start using that again. Serena with a T instead of an S.
What? No.
I used it for a while.
No, I think there's an I in hers, isn't there? Isn't there? No.
She's Serena.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Serena, what is your guilty TV pleasure? Your guilty TV pleasure.
Definitely The Walking Dead. But I also kind of gave it away with the whole Teresa Caputo thing when I mentioned the Long Island Medium.
I won't watch.
I watch it.
I will not watch Walking Dead because I think it's a racist show.
You're scared?
No, I believe it's a racist show.
What's racist about it?
Because that one character, Negro,
Is there a character named Negro? Because I missed that.
Yeah, he's a good guy, bad guy, isn't he? He runs a camp, or he ran a camp.
You don't watch it. I don't think you can even speak on it. No.
I'm sure that I saw that.
The lead man is Rick.
Who's the guy that his name starts with N? One of the leaders of maybe another dead people camp. Am I saying that right?
Negan.
Oh.
A white man. And he's so deliciously evil.
Really?
Oh, because, well, listen, he's
butter him up, put him in the oven.
He's hot.
No.
Okay, first of all.
Yeah.
But he's so evil. He's like Satan evil. Truly.
Really?
Yeah, I mean really, really bad.
Kind of nice to your face.
Not even nice to your face. But while he's saying horrible things to you, he smiles this gorgeous, devilishly handsome smile while he's being evil. It's very mind twisting. Really is.
So if you have let's say, call it a fantasy dream about, again, the name Negan. If you have a dream about him, when he's smiling, is he doing saying evil things in your dream, or is he nice in your dream?
I have to say, I've never dreamed about him or of him. That's a really good question.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I don't like the evil part of all of that.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
Evil.
Yeah.
Evil comes in different forms.
It really does. Yeah. He's fun to watch. Great character on the show.
I like that. Yeah.
Great character on the show. Yeah.
Have you ever, now this is not on my list of prepared questions.
Okay.
But talking about shows and stuff, have you ever watched anything that I've been in? Any movie or anything that I've appeared in?
Are you a movie star?
No. There's no star about it. But have you seen anything with a fellow that looks like me in it? I know you haven't. Don't even try to cover it up with a joke.
Well, I'm trying to think if there's anything I've ever watched.
And I popped up.
Yeah. No. I have to say no. What have you provided me with a list of those things? Oh, man. This is not going to air, is it?
What is your greatest fear in life? Your greatest fear?
Now, are we talking like spiders and snakes?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room
We're all dumber
is
for
now
it.
dumber for having listened to it.
Your greatest fear in life.
Okay, so it wouldn't be spiders, even though I'm deathly afraid of those little things, and I don't like it that I'm afraid of them because they're so tiny. It doesn't make sense.
Would you be afraid if Oprah became the president?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought I'd plant something.
I'm sorry I was so enthusiastic about that answer. Let me see. I would say my greatest fear would be dying without everyone knowing just exactly how I felt about them. That came out wrong.
Let's get them.
No.
I'll go with you. I'll drive you to their houses.
I put the emphasis on the wrong words. Yes. Dying without everyone knowing how I truly feel about them in my heart. How's that for a better answer?
Yeah, but it still sounds like you want to go lay something out to somebody, good or bad.
No, good.
I'm just saying
good.
It sounds that way.
I'm thinking loving them, caring about them,
Corey were here right now,
them.
Corey's conspiracy corner. We'd go
no.
right into a conspiracy because it sounds like this web.
Like I would be evening the score
web of lies
with people.
Yeah.
So they didn't think I really loved them or liked them. They would know my disdain for them before I passed.
Yeah.
No, that's not how I meant it. It was goodness coming from my heart.
I would imagine if you ever came to my house on my deathbed.
Oh, on your deathbed.
You're not at my house. You're at the studio.
Oh,
would you
sorry.
keep the dream
I forgot.
alive?
Yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere, like 100 acres of field.
Yeah. Well,
and
that's true.
Mr. Green Jeans is over here 50 feet from me milking a cow.
And he's Amish.
So, yeah, he is Amish. Yeah, he's got a beard like
sad,
you.
strange little man.
That's what I think you're going to say to me. That's what I'm afraid you're
I was
say
thinking it, but
on
I didn't say it.
My deathbed, not yours.
No, never. Never.
Well, you know what? That's all I have for you, unless you wanted something. You wanted to tell me something, because I know you're here for Christmas and to celebrate Christmas and stuff.
I'm so happy.
And I've got you in the studio.
I brought gifts.
You did really?
I did. Yeah. I'm
Any
so excited.
Food type gifts?
I brought food.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Yes,
yeah, we
I
do
did.
have to go.
I brought goodies, and we're wrapping it up now. It's
Yeah.
time to eat.
You don't do anything on the social media, even though you're super funny, and I want so bad, along with the television and movie
Yes.
things that you've never watched me do. Tell the people how many times you've watched me do stand up. How many times have you come to watch me do a stand up set?
That would be
Just let them
0.
Just let them know that.
That would be 0.
Thanks for listening. If you like what you heard, you can subscribe to our YouTube.
You don't really do anything on social media, do you?
I don't.
At
I
all.
don't know.
You're
I
super busy.
Hate the Facebook. Hate it. Absolutely hate it.
Facebook can be evil. Unless you're
you know
pushing
what?
all your stuff.
And I shouldn't say the Facebook in and of itself. The people and the things they put on. Not a fan. So no, I don't. I guess I don't take the time to do. I don't know about the tweets and the Twitters and the the chats and all that stuff. No,
we only use it to push the show.
Oh,
really.
absolutely.
I already
in the biz.
talked. I talk to the people that I want to talk to.
Right? That's how I feel.
Yeah.
If I want anything to do with you, I'm going to be face to face. Or
well, no,
maybe on
I'm
the
not
phone.
going to know.
On the phone or texting
see,
too.
Texting
is my thing. Do you
Texting
love
is my
it?
favorite thing in the world.
I love it.
Yeah.
Because when it's time to go, you just don't text back.
Yeah.
Like you don't have somebody hanging on the phone when you're like giving them hints that it's time for the call to end, and they don't end the call.
Yeah.
You can't just hang up on people.
As a world famous psychologist,
Who?
I like to tell people that they should meet face to face and talk face to face. What happened to getting together for lunch? But that's advice that makes me want to throw up. Other people should do that. I'm a texter, man. Every time when my phone goes and I look and it's like, come on, dude, just text me.
Right.
Text me, because we're going to go down this.
Don't leave me a voicemail message.
hole.
Just text me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hit me with
I'm
a
right
text.
there with you.
Sup?
I really am.
Just hit me with one of those.
Absolutely. And to go back to the stand up, I've never been invited. Let me put that out there. I don't know where you are or when you are. So if I knew these things, maybe I'd show up.
Oh, I love you so much.
I love you so much.
Thank you very much for coming in here.
You're welcome. It
and
was a lot of fun.
Burning some of your Christmas time.
Love it.
Okay.
It was fun.
That's all I have for you with Trina. I'm not going to play the Corey's closing words because we still have Bill to come in.
Oh, that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
we just have to sober him up real quick and get him.
And that's going to happen today?
Well,
usually that takes a couple days. I don't know. Christmas Eve, maybe? You might want to shoot for that.
So the next person in the hot seat will be Brother Bill. Thank you so much, Tarina.
You are so welcome, Jim.
T-E-R-E-N-A.
J-I-M.
Again, I love you and Merry
Christmas. Love you too.
That's all we have. I'm not going to play any music going out because Bill's coming up.
Gotcha.
All right. I'm done with you. You can go.
Do I take these off?
Just go.
Finished? You had your fill?
And that was Tarina, my sister. And we're now going to welcome in Bill, my brother. Hi, Bill. How you doing?
Jimbo. How are you today?
Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you, sir. You as well.
And I'm glad to have you. Is this the first time you've been in this studio?
Yeah, the first time that we've broadcasted.
Outside of the rape cave.
Yeah. First time I've been in here.
No. So what we're doing is the family Christmas quiz or Christmas family quiz or something like that. I haven't decided yet. what we're going to call it. But we're all here celebrating Christmas, and I wanted to have the siblings come in and just talk, have some fun. Tarina just left. She was a lot of fun. That's the first time she's ever done anything like this. So
Big Red, not so Big Red.
She
anymore.
liked it. Not anymore. No.
Big Red, T-Bone.
Yeah.
All kinds of names for her.
What have you been up to? What's going on? What's happening in your life?
Not a thing, man. Having a blast every day. Still running Nutty Sack LLC.
No, I'm
The
sorry.
biz. Nutty Sack LLC.
Yeah.
That's the biz I'm running. That's how I make my cheese.
I guess.
We make fanny packs for geriatric squirrels.
I know that's going well.
It is going well.
It's going well.
Somebody's got to help out the old bastards because you understand the entire premise of what I do. They are fanny packs for geriatric squirrels.
Yeah.
Nutty Sack LLC. Because when a squirrel gets old, the roof of their mouth, their palate gets thin and pliable, and they're a bit senile, so they'll try to fit more nuts in their mouth than they should.
Well,
Yeah.
if I had a
you
dollar.
can relate, yeah.
You're right.
And those extra nuts, they put some in their cheeks and they try to stuff more into their mouth because they're senile. And those extra ones push up against the roof of their mouth, and which cuts off the nasal passages.
Wow.
And then next thing you know, dead squirrel. So I have little fanny packs for them. They could put their extra nuts in instead of. And
Well, shouldn't
kicking ass.
old squirrels just die, or why are we keeping them
they need
with us?
They're wise. They need to pass on their knowledge, and they're terrific.
Okay.
Old squirrels are awesome.
Huh.
So yeah, figure why not? I'd like to have them around as long as you can have them. They're fun. Old squirrels are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
They have
when
little hands.
when you got jammed up with some legal issues with the makers of Old School. When you were going to name the movie you were making, the short film Old Squirrel.
Right.
They thought it sounded too close.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you had a character in their name.
Are we
Blue.
going to get into a lot of legal stuff today? Do we have the time for that?
No.
All right. Because there's a reason why the last time I was on the podcast, I was in Idaho. We had a flame out in the jet.
Okay.
And the only furniture they had there was one wicker chair, one white painted wicker chair at the airport. And got into some matters there, and that's why I've been away for so long. But
Okay.
nothing too crazy. I'm not a troublemaker.
Now your shirt would indicate otherwise, because I'm looking at your shirt and I've been trying to figure it out. It looks like your shirt says "fuck you."
No.
So I just want
No,
to
I
check
wouldn't
in
do
with
that.
you real quick, see what if I'm getting the middle finger.
No, it's
kind of
Echo.
sideways. Echo.
It's Echo.
Okay.
And I have some actual 24 karat gold splatter.
Oh,
in
of
there
course
that
you do.
I had to tell you it was real.
Of course
It's
you did.
important to my ego. It
Yep.
helps me sleep at night. But there will be a drive-by sometime tonight.
Wait, now hold on
we
now.
won't get into that.
Wait,
I mean, just
here
look at the
out
shirt.
here,
Oh, I'm not gonna. We're not gonna get.
because
into
all I hear out
specifics.
here is clippity clops going down the
Well,
road.
speaking of that, I had heard through the grapevine that I don't know if it ever worked itself out, but you had an actress that stood you up or something, didn't show up for her,
She did not show up. Yeah,
and she was a black lady, right? Black actress.
I don't see color
Of
when
course
I'm
not.
on.
The reason I'm bringing that up is because I believe that she was black.
Yeah,
and,
she was.
and you were going to have her come here,
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
and this area per capita has the most pickup trucks
yep.
in the world.
No, she actually said that. She sent a text to me when she finally canceled, and that's what she said. She said, "Black girl, country roads." I don't
Pickup
think
trucks.
so. I'm
Probably
heading
her, the
home.
very first Amish people in Amish buggy she ever saw.
Yeah.
So you knew that probably wasn't. You had to have been prepared for a no-show.
Well, let's get to the quiz. What do you say? You want to quiz it up?
Sure, man. Yeah,
right.
whatever you want here.
Let me get another sip of the Java.
I am hammered, drunk, and ready to rock.
That's good. I'd tell you what it is, but they're not paying us a thing, so they can just guess what I'm drinking.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what
Yes,
it is
you
because
do.
you've been after them since the very beginning
Yep.
to sponsor you, but they just haven't heard a word.
What's been the best day of your life so far?
Oh boy, I've had so many. You mean not including right now today?
Oh yeah. This has got to be up there. Pulling you away from a Christmas party to sit in a garage and talk.
There are a couple that come to mind. One was back 25 years ago. I was really into firearms, and I was going to get into gunsmithing. And I knew there's actually a thing called, if for people that aren't into firearms, there's a publication called The Shooter's Bible. And I think you can attest to it. I knew that thing inside and out.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I knew every single model, everything about in there. There are thousands of guns in that thing. And just very excited, all into it. But at that time, no cough button. I don't have a cough button. I'm sorry.
No.
Clearing my throat. I'm sniffling. People are loving it.
No.
Breathing, hissing, wheezing.
Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry to cut you off right there, but people, when they people who watch and listen to the show, they assume that it's the fat bastard that's into the microphone. No, it's that deviated septum dude that sits across the table from me, Corey.
Right.
I mean, the guy's in phenomenal physical condition. So you look at him and you don't think, oh yeah, that's him breathing. You of course are going to blame me for it, but it's him, and he's not here today, so I can tell you those things. And he won't watch this show
since I was here before. The last time I was here, I was 160 pounds heavier.
That's right. Okay.
And I'm wheezing more today than I did then. But anyway, back at that time, 25 years ago.
But it's a dry wheeze. Go.
25 years ago, I didn't have a ton of cash. And the guns that I did have, I was fortunate to have. Some were used and this and that. I just had one or two at the time, I believe. And you had called me in the morning. I was working at that time from noon until 8 p.m. And you had called me in the morning, early morning. And you said, what are your plans today? What are you doing? And I said, well, I have to work today and everything. And you said, well, when you're finished, you said, I have the day off. And when you're finished working, give me a call. He said, I want to show you something. And when somebody says that, you're thinking, okay, he got a new dog. He got a car, motorcycle, something. And so I got off work, got home because we didn't have cell phones then, and gave you a ring. And you said, okay, I'll be out soon. And about a half hour later, you showed up, and you're carrying a couple boxes. And one was a brand new Mossberg 500A 12 gauge shotgun. And the other one was a Desert Eagle 357 Magnum. Both brand new, and you bought them, and they were for me. Mm-hmm. And I honestly, I know the circumstances with that and stuff, and I just really have always appreciated that and thought that was really great of you. Even though it was your money, you could have done whatever you wanted with it, but I think you may have been best served keeping that for yourself. But I was very happy at the time.
Cool.
And there's another where, and the people get a laugh out of this one, but I actually thought it was so awesome.
Well, let me take okay. you to that situation, the Desert Eagle, because I knew that was like your favorite. That was the favorite hot gun at the time, and I let the dude at the gun store sell me the 357 barrel instead of the 44. I knew that you would want the 44, but I let that guy I'm easily led that way by a professional person. He said, well, it'll be a lot cheaper for him to shoot. These 44s are really expensive. It'll be a lot cheaper if you go with the 357. He can shoot, and I let him talk.
I honestly, I'll tell I will whether you believe this or not. I think other people have a hard time believing this for some reason, but I'll always tell you the truth. I have no reason to lie. I loved that 357, and I never gave it a second thought about the 44. But the guy at the gun store was exactly right. The 44s would have been more expensive because of their our little gas ports inside that Desert Eagle, and if there is lead that gets inside of there, the slide will not cycle. So I always had to shoot silver tip hollow points through it, or full metal jackets, and that kept the lead from clogging those up. And so the ammunition was very expensive, and I could not have shot 44 specials through it. They would have had to have been full magnums, which would have been more expensive. But is that all you wanted to say about that? Because I did have a second day. The second day was when I was a kid, and I couldn't even tell you how old I was. It was maybe 8 or 10. There was a small circus that came to our town, and I rode an elephant. And even though I don't like the idea of animals being in captivity,
right? Because
I'm not sure. I don't believe they want to be there. Of course, right. They want their freedom. And
I'm one of those rare people. I do not support zoos.
I don't either.
I
don't either, but I don't either. But I will tell you, I absolutely get a thrill out of going. I go during the winter time, so I can go inside with them.
Yeah, and
I get a thrill out of going in with the gorillas.
Sure,
and also like when you see the bears walk right up to the window, and you get it in a true appreciation of how large they are.
That's right.
And you'll have either like a rhino or a hippo or an elephant walk right on the other side of the glass, and you're standing there looking. I mean, I'm 6'7", and I look straight up at these things, and I do appreciate that. But I'm with you. But I rode that elephant, and I just thought it was. I mean, I'm a kid, man. I never thought in a million years I'd be on an elephant. But those 2 days or a couple days, and there was a car show we went to one
where
time.
you met Spider-Man.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And several. I mean, there's so many, but yeah, those really stick out.
You talked about that Spider-Man. I mean, all the way home.
I loved it.
I don't know how old you were. You were just a little guy.
Yeah,
and you were like, I know that wasn't really Spider-Man. You were telling our parents, I really know that wasn't real Spider-Man because he held his hand like this.
Great memory, Jimbo.
To shoot the web, and he should have done it like this. Right. But you were like, I'm still really happy I met them.
We had pictures.
Cool.
We actually had pictures of that and stuff. Yeah. And the guy that they got, I have to give him credit. The guy that they got, he looked fantastic. You know, he wasn't like you couldn't tell he was like a little short old man with the costume hanging on him. Yeah. This guy was in shape and looked like Spider-Man, and he really did a good job. But yeah, I was excited about that. I thought that was neat.
Kim Denny, you know Kim?
Yes.
He sent me a photograph of it was a pancake day or something that the sheriff's office had. I wasn't involved in the selling or anything. I just went there to donate some money and get some pancakes. Me and the boys went. As a matter of fact, Linky wasn't even in the picture yet. That tells you how long ago it was.
Right.
So it was more than, he's 8, so it's more than 8 years ago. And there was an old guy like that. An old guy. And I've got this picture. If I
saw the picture.
I'll pop it up.
I saw the picture
on this show. I'll pop it up if I can find it. And this dude is just an old guy that was shuffling his feet along. My boys were terrified. I mean,
Yeah.
But anyway, I had to make it about me for a second. How many kids do you think you'd want to have?
I made a decision years back that I didn't want to be responsible for bringing any more human beings onto this planet. But
what if yours were the ones that cleaned it up?
One is the answer. I wanted to have, I'd like to have one daughter.
Until she turns 13.
Yeah, exactly. But I've always wanted to have a daughter because, and the reason is I have 7 nephews. And by the way, there's nothing like being an uncle. It's fantastic.
Oh man. Yeah.
I have 7 nephews, no nieces. And there's just something little girls just steal my heart. I mean, little kids do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Boys and girls do. I love
Yeah.
them. But, I can just imagine having a daughter and how I would treat her and probably spoil the hell out of her.
Yeah.
But I also know I have it within myself that at a certain point you have to start teaching her what life really is and this and that.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't end up.
And the
not
outside
knowing.
influences, man, that's what'll get you when you have kids. It's the outside stuff, the crap they're hearing at school, the crap they're hearing on the school bus,
Right.
the crap they're hearing from their own cousins and their own, oh my goodness
But
gracious.
it's just, they don't, I know one in particular, there are a couple, that I don't think that she's ever heard the word no. And that's not fair to her. It's not fair to anyone.
I dated her, if you remember.
But yeah, there comes a time when, you have to.
You just decided,
No,
as far as you know right now, today, that's not in the future.
Right now, today, it's not in the future. But I would like to have a daughter, and I'm thinking maybe the way to go in the future will be if I do find a significant other, a woman, and then we would adopt, because I don't want to try 2 or 3 times and end up with, a couple boys and then finally get the girl. I mean, I don't want multiple kids.
Yeah.
I would like to just have one if that does happen.
Yeah.
I may have to adopt.
That's cool. The thing about the girl is, and everybody keeps telling me, the boys, they're loud and they're crazy and all jump aroundy right now,
Right.
but that they calm down out of that. Little girls, they start out, they want to be all clean and
Right.
Play quietly with their dolls and stuff. And then that switches somehow. There's a switch that flips in their mind, and the boys, they get kind of, sullen might be a strong word, but they get quieter and more into their little bubble, and the girls kind of go a little nuts.
That's accurate.
When
I
they get a
believe.
little older.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
that's accurate. Yeah.
Yeah. If you could meet anyone in the world, alive or dead, who would it be?
Peter Sellers.
Oh man, that's a good one. Oh my goodness, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think he was just an incredible person. I won't use that popular word misunderstood. I think people understood him. He was off camera. He was very withdrawn.
Yeah.
And
Private. He was super private, right?
private and labeled unhappy and depressed and this and that. But boy,
With the camera on him.
with the camera on him, just amazing, and really climbed into those characters. I mean, Inspector Clouseau was.
I think
wow.
most of our audience are millennials. But if you don't know who Peter Sellers is, check out the old Pink Panther movies.
Mm-hmm.
A Shot in the Dark. That is a Pink Panther.
That was like the very first
Yeah.
Pink Panther movie.
And they actually, I remember reading about that. Them saying that was. It was a serious movie. They wrote it to be a serious whodunit
sir.
thing,
That
right?
was actually the Pink Panther.
The Pink Panther, yeah.
With David Niven.
But
A Shot in the Dark is funny. And I mean, it's like the first one, but the Pink Panther movie itself with David Niven was supposed to be more serious.
Yeah.
And but I don't want to say that it was over the top. It was exactly what Peter Sellers and Blake Edwards wanted, but he stole it. He stole the movie, and then it ended up probably, that character itself was so strong that it launched the series, the other movies, and that may have been in the cards the entire time for Blake Edwards because of he's brilliant as well.
Do we have any? Is there Peter Sellers out there working now? Is there anybody like him now? I've got a name I'll throw at you. Sacha Baron Cohen. I would think for me, he's probably the closest.
Yeah, I see that. And by the way, it's a real shame that the biopic about Queen, that Brian May and some others had decided to pull Sacha out of that.
Yeah, that is
because I'm telling you,
he would have hit that out of the park. Wouldn't he?
Yeah, I'm telling you, as long as politics and whatever else didn't get involved, which they would have, he would have been taking an Oscar for that, for playing Freddy, because I believe he would have knocked that out of the park.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt.
They were afraid from what, I'm sorry, I don't mean to
No, that's okay.
But I had heard that it was because Brian May thought that he would make it more comical and take away.
I don't agree with
from Freddy, but he would have climbed in that character and made himself Freddy.
He is over the top and can be silly, but he's excessively serious about being over the top and silly. Do you know? I don't know exactly if you follow me.
I do,
but he is. To me, everything I've heard about him, he's just a consummate pro, and you can't be on all the time. He doesn't walk around being Bruno or being
Daniel Day-Lewis or climbing inside of the character.
Yeah. He doesn't walk around like that, and
and staying in it. I mean,
anything. I saw one interview where they say it's the true. It's been posted around Facebook for a couple years, but it's like a real look at Sacha, and it's an interview. I don't know if it's a radio. I think it's a radio interview. And it's truly him talking about him, not in any kind of character or anything like that.
Right.
And I'm like, oh yeah, that guy's a pro. He takes this seriously.
Sure.
Even though he's, rolling around on a bed naked with that one character actor. Remember him from
Borat?
From Borat.
Yes.
The old guy that he's with.
Yeah.
You're usually good with character actor names. I'm surprised you don't pull that up. The little overweight older guy with the beard.
Right, I know I know you're talking about, but I honestly don't know if I've ever known that guy's name.
Okay.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I want to go back real quick to as far as Peter Sellers goes. It's not just the slapstick goofy. Don't watch, like, if you're interested in taking a look at this, if you're a millennial, don't watch one of these Pink Panther movies and go, I can see that. I've seen funnier or whatever. There's a movie that's called, if you're into acting and actors, there's a movie from, I believe it was 1979. It's called Being There. And watch his performance. Watch it closely. Take the time and pay attention to every scene and every detail of that character. And there is one scene in particular where he learns that someone that he really cared for died, and he's standing next to the man's bed who had died. And I'm telling you, there is a reaction that it looks more legitimate than probably, I won't say ever seen, but he did a very good job at that. And it actually made me go, wow, that's not really a movie reaction. That's a human. He had something inside of him that he just brought instantly.
Right. He pulled from something in his own life.
He sure did. Yeah. But at the time, that movie actually got panned and didn't do well by critics. But it's different. It's cool for the performance.
But so did It's a Wonderful Life.
Right.
And now everybody watches it every Christmas.
Right. Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do. It would not be Christmas for me without it.
Right. Peter Sellers, I would say, A 20-year-old Raquel Welch or Anne Margaret.
Well, they were just fun to look at.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah. Well, we've got Sophia
Brando.
to look at for our generation.
Yeah, true. Marlon Brando before he went too wacky.
I don't know if she told you inside or anything, but that's who Trina said should play her in the movie about her life. It's Sophia.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
Better go on before I get myself in trouble with my big sis. What's one thing that you've never told me? One thing you've never told me.
I don't have secrets from you. There's been ugliness between you and I over the years, over the decades, and I can tell you that I don't have any purpose to lie to you about anything, and if you ever really want to know something, you just ask me.
You know this is a comedy show, right? Okay.
No, it is.
All right.
We'll loosen it up, but there are honestly, I mean, I'm 46 now, and I've found, especially over the last few years here, that if I have an opportunity to say something, I better say it. And but it's just like I remember watching home movies of our family, and it seemed like these were before 1970. When I was born in 1971, these were before then. And it just seemed like a different time. It just seemed like, we had both sides of the mom and dad's families. We had her family, her extended family, and dad's extended family. Right. And they all came together, and it was just weird for me to see, because after I was born, I was old enough to realize what was going on. That didn't happen. We didn't have that anymore. And I think, I know for a fact that I was the baby. There are three of us. There's Trina. She's the oldest. You're the middle. And then I came along. I was the baby. And I think that the attention that went to me, that was like stolen attention from you. And I can't apologize for it, because I'm just me. I've lived my life, but I was given that extra attention, and which should have probably have gone to you, and that really has had to have been rough for you, but I just, I want you to understand. I believe you understand that it's not really anything that was my fault, but I appreciated the attention. But it wasn't until here over maybe the last 15 or 20 years where that really sunk into me. Like, there was a lot taken from Jim, because there was the older daughter, but Trina has always kind of been one onto herself, if you know what I mean, kind of able to handle everything. And I never really saw.
She's the smartest person I know. If anyone asks me who's the smartest person you know, my sister.
Well, yeah, she is. We just talked about this, Trina and I, but she is the closest as far as schoolwork and book smarts.
Yeah.
But she has always taken care of herself and handled everything on her own for the most part. And I don't believe she had the closest relationship with our parents. But then there was you, and you're named after our father. And then I came along. But I just kind of wanted you to know that. I wanted you to know that I will tell you the truth about things. It tends to get to me when somebody thinks I may have an ulterior motive, or I'm not being truthful about something, but I honestly have no reason to lie about anything.
But remember this, I'll tell you this, when it comes to that sort of claim or suggestion or anything, when you say you're telling the truth to someone, remember you're telling your truth.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people like to say, I'm telling the truth. No, you're not. You're telling your truth.
Okay, well that's all I have. I mean,
that's right. That's exactly right.
But that's how I see it from my perspective.
Yeah.
And what I mean to say is that I'm not trying to pull the wool over your eyes. I have no reason to do that, and I have no reason to come at anything from a different angle. If you want to know something, I will tell you. If there's something that I don't want to tell you, it may be a little too personal, or it's something that I don't want other people to know. I'd be okay with you knowing it, but there are close people in my life that I may not discuss things with just because it doesn't need to be out there. It doesn't need to be broadcast because I don't want something to be used against me later. But I think that's just a human thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, when I ask, what's one thing you've never told me, I was looking for something like I have one toe bigger than the other.
I apologize.
Or I only have one ball. What's something our parents don't know about you?
Oh, wow. There may have been things when I was a kid. I had a lot of fun with my BB guns when I was a kid, and racked up quite a bird body count.
Not just birds though. I remember some lamp posts, some street lights that paid the price.
That was a slingshot.
Yeah,
that was a slingshot with a ball bearing, and that thing turned about 1,000 different colors.
Yeah,
I hit it from across the street on the porch at night because I had you at the door.
Yeah,
making sure that you could hear Dad snoring because that meant he was asleep. It was about 3:00 in the morning.
I couldn't breathe because I'd be laughing so hard.
As soon as I took that shot, and I thought it was quite the shot. Mm-hmm. That thing turned 1,000 different colors, and I've never seen anything like that. And thank God, I was never approached or questioned about it or. But I always feel bad about that stuff. I have so many karma points.
I remember one that's going to come back and get you. I heard a noise outside one time where I'm not even going to say where we lived. I'm going to keep it as vague as possible. Mm-hmm. Where we lived, I was inside and I heard a noise, and I went outside and I found a probably 13, 14-year-old Bill and his best buddy Jeff. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Jeff. What up? And I go outside, walk down the sidewalk into a little garage that we had, and you guys were in that garage, and it was dark. And I'm like, oh no, Bill's blowing Jeff, and then I'm like, oh no, they don't.
Obviously,
don't do
Jeff would be blowing Bill. Yeah.
But I walk in the garage and it's dark. I said, what are you guys doing? And you're laughing. You guys, you guys are always laughing. Mm-hmm. You said, watch. You said, stay here. Step over there in the back of the garage and watch. And you had your slingshot with you. All of a sudden, I hear coming from, and this is early morning. This is like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And I hear this car. I hear music just blaring from a car from a distance, and it gets closer, and the guy turns the corner as he's going past my house. You pull that back. I don't know what you had in it, a rock or whatever, and you let it go, and you could hear it make contact with that car, even over the music sound, but the person driving the car couldn't hear it.
Right.
And I'm like, Bill, what are you doing? You said, I do that to him every night. He's coming through. He's coming through. Now, we knew who he was.
Yeah.
I think I found out later.
Right.
But there's one other person, Lynn Baker, knows about that. She's the only other human on this planet besides us three.
Do you remember my... Yeah, I remember that. But do you remember the...
Do you remember who it was? Who the person was?
Yeah,
I don't have a name.
I'm having
right now.
Difficulty with the name right now. But
it was a closer friend to Lynn than it was us, because she mentioned him, and that's when I said, being a dumbass, I said, "Oh, let me tell you a story about him."
Oh, thinking
my brother shoots his car every night.
Yeah, thinking of the things that I had done. I was talking to Jeff. Jeff's Jeff's a really close friend of mine. We've known each other since we were 3 years old.
Best dude ever.
He is 6 days older than me, and we grew up together. And but yeah, he definitely knows for a fact, because we had this discussion. I told him, I said, Jeff, listen, man, because we were going through things. He was like, do you remember when you did this? And then I was like, yeah, and then I did this and that. And I said, Jeff, I was a damn juvenile delinquent. I should have been in some sort of I don't know, juvenile home or something. Been detained somehow. But we used to run missions at night and go do the craziest things. And but yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd forgot about that. But I remember lighting up a kid with I had that Crossman 357 as based on the Colt Python.
Is a BB gun?
It had pellets.
Yeah.
It had pellets, and that kid was over mowing his lawn. Yes. I was dusting him from about 75 yards away.
Yeah. I was working. I was working in a gym. I was working.
I don't want to be specific.
You came to visit. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Well,
but it had a big.
I think
garage
we're good
door.
now.
It had a big garage door.
Yeah,
the gym did, and you could just crack it, and that was a good.
It's 75 yards.
It was easy 75 yards, and he was mowing his lawn.
And I purposely was getting
right
him
in his
on
legs,
the calves,
and he was looking around. He would swat it like he got bit by something, and look around.
What an asshole! What a piece of shit!
Yeah.
I was. Or am, whatever.
But I didn't discourage you in any way. So what's that say about me?
I was working on my marksmanship, and that's done nothing but help me.
What was a moment in college or high school that you'd never want to relive?
Any of it. Being in a classroom. I don't ever remember a day that I enjoyed other than a field trip to... We went to a car museum. Because when you guys... you're like 6.5 years older than me.
Yeah.
And when you guys took field trips, I think you took one in the 6th grade and the 8th grade, and it was like a yearly thing. You guys went to some cool places. I think you went to a place in Michigan.
Yeah.
And
Dearborn, Michigan. I don't know why I remember that. Yeah.
But you went
to a museum and
you guys went there, and then there was someplace else you went to in the 8th grade. Well, by the time it got around to our class, and I believe our class was the first class to not go, it was either us or the class ahead of us. We were the first class not to take those field trips. So instead, they just waited until 8th grade, and they took us up to, and I thought this was neat. Like a lot of people didn't appreciate it, but they loaded us onto these luxury buses, and they took us up to Cleveland, and we went to a car museum, and they have all kinds of cars up there. And I love that place. We got to go to the Cincinnati Zoo and to the car museum, and it was like the best field trip you could have ever asked for. But that's the only time I ever remember. But as far as being in I can't do it. I don't know how I graduated, because I cannot do sitting in class learning that way. Has to be practical, has to be right there in front of me. And I'm just not a bookie listening to someone teach me from in front of the class. But anyway.
Yeah, we all have that. One good memory.
Yeah.
Should
I be throwing these back at you and saying, Jim, what's your favorite memory?
Oh, I only have one favorite memory of high school, and I'll never get over her. Is there something you can't live without? Is there anything you can't live without?
Boy, I sure love having. I could live without it because I've had to live without it. But I can't think of anything that I couldn't live without. I'd have a hard time living probably without having that companionship with a dog, or having. I've never been in love with another person, so I know I can do without that. But but just having that companionship, even though it's based on, just give me some food or give me what I want. You can show up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning whenever, and they're there at the door wagging the tail.
Oh, yeah.
You are the best person in the world.
Yep.
And that does everything for your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah. Never a complaint.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it always seems like you're getting a thank you from them.
Right.
Always.
Right.
From a good dog.
And I've had twice in my life, once when I was a kid and it should have never happened, and I think it resulted in some issues with me. But I had a dog and had him for years, and then like at 10 or 10:30, right in that area, one night, one of Dad's workmates showed up. He knocked on the door. Dad answered it, and I heard the guy say, "Well, you still getting rid of him?" And he goes, "Well, yeah." And there goes my dog.
Mm.
He gave the dog that I had right to this guy. No
Yeah.
more dog. And
Yeah.
then my ex-wife, she took my our beagle. Now, I kind of, that wasn't really a theft. That was more of a, yeah, you can take him, because where I'm moving to, I probably won't be able to have him with me anyway. So, but it really hurts when it's taken from you. But I like that. And I could live without it because I've had to, but it sure is something that I appreciate.
Who would play you in a movie about you? Who would play you in the movie?
Who would
play you?
Somebody, because of the size of his head, probably Oliver Platt. You know him?
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
Forrest Whitaker. Or
Yeah.
because everybody thinks that I've got something going.
Forrest Whitaker.
Well, you know how things are in Hollywood. But the way
Unfortunately, I don't.
the way most people think of me, for whatever reason, I don't know, but it would probably be that Chris Burke, you know him, actor.
No, I'm not sure.
Do you have? If I say the word Corky,
Yeah.
okay, there you go.
He's a little sleepy. A little sleepy, is he?
Yeah,
Okay.
but you know Josh Gad.
Oh, yeah, I do know Josh Gad. Yeah.
Probably somebody like him. Or
Actually, there was a show on that Josh did. He was doing with Billy Crystal, the comedian.
okay.
That was actually pretty good. Did you get to catch any of that?
I did not.
I think they
I'm
pulled
aware,
it.
They did, and I'm aware of it. The first thing I think I
man.
saw him in was where he was the son of the president.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's the first thing I ever
Yeah,
saw.
that was actually a good show. Now, who should play you in your mind, in Bill's mind?
In Bill's mind.
Yeah, who should play you in the movie about you?
Of course, he would have
Clooney?
to play me.
Yeah.
And not be over the top like all. Yeah, and not be over the top like always, but maybe some Jack Black.
He can. Yeah, Jack has worn on me. I started out as a huge Jack fan, but a little bit of Jack goes a long way. There's a guy who is on all the time. A Robin Williams on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's on all the time, and that's just that's super tiring to me.
Yeah, and probably just because of his temperament, and we share the exact same birthday. Peter Billingsley.
Okay, yeah,
From
Yeah.
Christmas Story.
yeah.
And but the guy that I believe in my head, who I most likely am, but you can't.
Yeah.
Nobody else sees it, but inside me, what I could be if I was at my weight, and if I, whatever.
If you weren't you,
If I
Yep.
if I was
Yep.
not me whatsoever,
Yeah.
is believe it or not,
Jason Statham.
Jason Bateman.
Bateman. Oh, I will watch Jason Bateman do anything.
Yeah.
As they say, you've heard people say it. He could sit and read the phone book, and I'd watch him. I would. I truly would. He's just phenomenal.
Just his approach to everything, and his mannerisms, and how laid back he is, and how you can tell he sees the world. His perspective is so much
Yeah.
like what I believe I'm like.
Yeah.
And he was heavy too. He was heavy, not as heavy as I was, but he was a heavy kid and stuff. And I think if he, but no, Jack Black, if playing Bill G, he could hammer it out of the park if he decided to.
If he got his meds straight, he could do it. No, I said Jason Statham. That's who Corey believes he is, full time every day.
My dude I can't get enough of is Bond. I have been watching Daniel Craig James Bond over and over. Casino Royale. I watched two times in a row, just sitting there.
The ugliest Bond ever. But the coolest.
I don't even care about that. It's just
I need my Bond pretty.
We always said
absolutely.
We always said Remington Steele.
Yeah,
was the guy. He played. Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan is the only
when he was
James Bond.
When he was on Remington Steele, which was a series in the 80s. Yeah, you and I both said.
Yep.
That's James Bond. Perfect James Bond.
I've
because
always
that's what you picture. That if you're reading a James Bond book,
that's
which
right.
I would never do. He's the ideal dude. But I love this Daniel Craig because he is physical, and he can either not give a crap or he can There was one where there was the female in it, and you could tell he was like really smitten. She wasn't just a throwaway,
right?
And he really carried that well and showed how he cared about her, and did it very well. And but anyway, I watched Casino Royale twice in a row, and I like that. And he could do 5 more of those movies, and I'd watch every single one of them.
I agree. What's your most prominent childhood memory?
Seeing Star Wars in 1977. Right. I was 6 years old.
Is that the first thing you saw at a movie theater?
No.
We talked about that once. The first thing I ever saw at a movie theater, inside a theater, was Jaws.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I believe I'd have to look this up, but I believe that the first thing I saw, and I regret seeing it, was King Kong, the one that had
Jeff Bridges
and Jessica Lange in it.
Yeah.
And that was, as far as movies goes, that was my worst experience.
Yeah.
Because
everybody's worst experience.
Well, and you don't understand why. It's because the King Kong dying at the end and the way he died.
Yeah.
We watched that, and I believe I was 1976, I believe. I would have been 5. But I watched it with...
You saw that at a theater?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I watched it with Trina, and we went out and we got in the car, and Mom was in the passenger seat, Dad was driving, and Mom turned around and she goes, "Well, how'd you like the movie?" And I just lost it. And I was like...
Oh, yeah.
That's awful.
You were just a little guy. Yeah. Watching the big...
And then it came out on HBO. I think it was like a year later that Dad was sitting there watching. We were watching it together, and he fell off the building. And as soon as he fell off the building, I had to go out onto the porch and walk around, and I could not handle it. And then it just happened, like maybe 10 years ago. It came on. I couldn't watch it. I'm not watching. I can't.
Wow.
I know. 10 years
up
to 10 years ago, I had seen and been through all kinds of stuff.
Right.
But I cannot take. All he wanted was that girl. He wanted to love her.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you hear his heart beating.
Yep.
And then it gets slower and
right.
slower and slower, and then no heartbeat. And I just freaking lost it. I can't stand that stuff.
On a scale
I can take it.
You can take it.
Go ahead.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how uncomfortable are you answering any of these questions?
I'm at a hard 9.
Hard 9?
Yeah.
Yeah. T was up there too. Yeah.
Because I just don't like. I know there are enemy combatants that are out there that are taking notes.
Yeah.
And I don't want to share anything about
myself. They got your phones tapped. Yeah.
Yep. Which, by the way, all you have to do is slide a pepperoni, mushroom, banana peppers, extra cheese, extra sauce, large pizza in front of me.
Yeah.
And I'll give you whatever
you want.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And don't tell me there's going to be a Reese cup flurry to finish up. Yep. I'll marry your daughter for all that. And I'm sorry, I have these questions. I was going to say this when T was in here. I want to make sure the listeners and anybody watching on YouTube or listening on Stitcher or iTunes or SoundCloud or any of those, these are just questions that I typed up, came up with just just kind of randomly.
Good questions, though.
And but some of them
the answers sucked.
No, but I'm just saying the way you and I are, we could have done an entire show on one question.
Exactly.
And we could just spider web out. So it probably seems to listeners like I keep cutting you off and jumping to the next subject. I just want to make sure I get to the next question because these are the things I was interested to know about my siblings.
Yeah.
So that's why it sounds like I'm a stranger questioning somebody at the police station.
We all love you, Jimmy.
When did you tell mom and dad that you started drinking?
It wasn't mom and dad I drink. It wasn't that. They found out about it. It was does the audience know about Troy, your friend?
Yeah.
Okay. You and Troy, one comes before the other the day before.
Birthdays? Yeah.
The birthdays are one day apart.
Well, me, Troy, and Les, 28th, 29th, 30th.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Didn't know that about Les.
29th, 30th,
31st.
31st.
Okay.
Yep. I don't know.
I don't even
remember.
Well, see, I didn't know that because all three of you were at this party.
Yeah. Yep.
And we
used to have our parties together back before I pissed everybody off.
This was at one hell of a party. And it was maybe when I was like 18, 19, something like that. And
okay, so that was our quarter of a century party. That was our 25th birthday party. Me, Les, and Grouch. We had a big hog roast and.
Yeah, we did the hay rides and all that stuff, and a bunch of people showed up.
Yeah.
I think that was even been a coke room I wasn't allowed to wander into.
Probably.
But I remember that it was a party.
Yeah.
And I was standing there next to that fire talking to Troy and Les and drinking.
Yeah,
I got freaking slammered.
Everybody did.
And very stupidly on my part, I decided to get in Mom's car, which I had driven there, and there's no excuse. Never drink and drive. Mm-hmm. But I drove the car, and I didn't even remember driving it home, and it was just maybe a quarter of a mile down the road was our house, and I was followed by Lynn Baker. And she made sure I got there okay. I don't know how I opened the garage door and got it parked in there. I don't know.
Right.
But Mom was mad. I believe Dad was laughing the next day because I got up and I immediately went into the bathroom and I was sick. And Dad was kind of chuckling, and Mom says, well, she said, what exactly went on last night? And I told her. And she said, I went in there and she said, I told you that your brother was on the phone, wanted to talk to you, and you picked up the remote control and tried to talk into it. I said, Mom, I didn't remember nothing. And that's when she knew, and she was mad.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So that's when she discovered it, but I think Dad knew that I was drinking. Well, he did, because the first time I drank was when we went to his sister's, my aunt's house. And I have cousins and stuff, and they gave me peach brandy, and that's the first time I ever drank anything. As far as I remember Dad used to drink the little little bottles of beer, the old style little
Oh,
bottles
yeah.
of Budweiser.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I had a sip or two of that. But they gave me peach brandy, and I got hammered on that. And I remember chasing a cat around the backyard trying to pee on it. But he knew I was drinking, but mom didn't take it too well. Good for her.
Yeah.
And that was the first time.
What's one piece of parental advice that you've held on to?
I'm not kidding. I'm not joking about this. I honestly do not remember a single piece of parental advice that I ever got from our family or from our parents. I don't ever remember either being sat down or told anything verbally. Bill, this is how you do this, or Bill, this is what you should do. I think that was turned over to, they believed that just sending us to school, they would do the job. And that's a perfect example. I really have never thought of a way to say it, but that's right. They were that type of parents. They thought that's the school's job. Right.
That the school will teach them that. Yeah, I agree with that. And I think even mom would tell you now that that's probably the way they.
Yeah, and I'm
not.
I absolutely I wouldn't say a bad thing about
right.
mom.
Of course.
But
of course.
I think we've all wished, the three of us have wished that parentally
that there was some guidance.
Just understanding that this is a new kid. This is an empty vessel.
Yep.
And we need to fill it, because it was always weird to me, because I don't want to speak ill of our dead father, but
I will. I'll do it for both of us.
But it was almost like, even at a very young age, we were expected to already know. And if you asked a question, he got angry. Mm-hmm. And it was, I believe that it was because he didn't know. He
didn't know, and that was frustration.
And
that's how he showed frustration, was through anger,
and it's
or
like,
any emotion.
It's like, even as a kid, I'm thinking, don't you understand? I don't know this. I'm asking because I want to know.
Yeah.
And
even if he would have said, you know what, buddy, I don't know that.
I think,
but I'll try to.
Right. Exactly.
I'll give me a few minutes to wrap my head, because I've told my boys this a lot. Mm-hmm. They'll ask me something and I won't know, and I'll tell them I don't know that, but I think I know where to get the answer, or give me a few minutes to wrap my head around what you just asked me, and I'll come back, instead of just barking out because I don't know.
My God,
that's something. The one piece of parental advice that I can remember getting was from mom, and it's when I told I was having some female difficulties at the time. And I was in my probably mid-20s, early 20s. I don't remember, but I do remember her saying about marriage to wait until I'm 30 and then forget about it.
Really?
Yeah, she said that was her advice to me.
No, I will.
She said, wait till you're 30 and forget about it when it comes to marriage.
Gee whiz.
Said, okay, yeah. So you must be super happy in your marriage, Mom.
Now you gave me really good advice. Now people probably think it's simple advice, but I thought it was very good, because I remember Jeff, my friend, was very spazzy about, he went to you and said, Jim, how do I find a girlfriend?
Girls.
I don't know what to do. And I was never really spazzy about it, but I was concerned. And I was a fat kid, pasty white, spiked hair. I looked like a 40-year-old lesbian. And I asked you, I was like, Jim, I don't know, man. I'm not getting any signals. I'm not getting anything from anybody. I don't know what to say. And I was fearful of rejection or whatever. And you said, Bill, and I don't even remember how old you were, but you were probably still late teens, early 20s. And you said, Bill, and you were very cool about it. You said, Bill, this is what you do. You concentrate on yourself. You do the best that you can, and it'll come to you. Take care of, do what you can do. Take care of your body and your mind and your schoolwork, and if when you're focusing on yourself, you said it'll come out of nowhere. And you said you will have girls tripping over themselves to get to you. And that was fantastic. And that's exactly what I did from then on. I don't know if I have ever walked up to a girl and asked them to go out or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's come to me.
Right.
But anyway, yeah.
What is your guilty TV pleasure?
Golden Girls.
That's some good writing. Yeah, that's some solid writing. Yeah.
And I don't know why I would put it as guilty, but MASH.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they're if you look at that, that's tight writing too.
Yeah.
Over the top acting a bit until you really look at like, I don't know if anybody would think of this, but some of the performances out of Loretta Swit, she is very good on the subtleties.
Yeah.
But all of them, for the most part, really go over the top.
Alan Alda and that laugh, that forced fake laugh.
Right. But
that's a tough one for me.
Some of them are cool to watch because there's some tight writing in it, and they have probably back then maybe about a 25-minute show, 23 to 25 minutes, and they are pretty good at hitting marks and getting it done. There are of course shows that are better than the others, as far as episodes that are better than the others, but that's worth taking a gander at. But Golden Girls, yeah, it's good writing on it, funny stuff. You can tell when Betty White's ad-libbing and she's going off script because she's trying to get the other people to laugh. And I don't really call the other shows I watch guilty, but guilty pleasures. But I do Law and Order a lot. Just that type of thing. I really like good writing and just getting involved with characters and stories and stuff. But yeah, it's just funny stuff.
You know the stuff I like. I like funny but quieter characters. I like all that. You got me a movie that I absolutely love, and I recommend to anybody because it is that it's Australian and it's super quiet. It's the
for the name of it.
I'm sorry.
Castle.
The Castle. Yeah. No, not The Castle. It's just Castle, right? Yeah. It's funny. The characters are nice and quiet, and that's the first thing that I ever
Eric
saw.
Bana.
Yeah, Eric Bana in. Yeah,
I saw, that was years ago. I got that for you. Now,
I love it. I watch that at least once a year. I love it.
I got that for you because for the first time ever, I saw the review on it. Siskel and Ebert were still together and did the review, and I was like, well, I'm gonna look more into it, and I watched it, and I was like, for whatever reason, man, there's like something going on there where I was like, Jim would like this. This is like a really good fit for Jim. And I think it's the first and only movie that I've ever got you.
I think so. Yeah.
And whenever, if I ever see something like that, then I always mention it to you or throw it your way or something like that. But it's a good one.
Yeah.
Get a chance to see that. That's good. But I knew you liked that stuff. And
that
was years ago.
I do. And that's why I watch mostly British, Australian TV, that sort of thing.
BBC.
It's just because they write characters so well. The odd character in the village or whatever, or there's several of them. They didn't really focus on their oddity. You followed the storyline, and their oddity, their weirdness would just come out in little quirky things that they do or that they did in the show. And I absolutely love that. So that's my favorite. My favorite movie of all time is Fargo. I think yours is still Star Wars, isn't it?
No, mine is actually Godfather Part 2.
That's Part 2. Yeah. That's solid.
Yeah.
What's your greatest fear in life? That's where we're going to finish up. What's your greatest fear in life?
I went through the marriage from hell. I went through the divorce from hell. Just saying that I was married makes me not fearful of anything. I fear nothing. There are things I wouldn't want to go through. Say, for example, being in a plane crash or doing a water landing in the ocean at night, just pitch black and underwater. There was down in the southern states, there was a train crash one time off of a bridge, and no one was aware of it until the next morning, and they went in the water probably, I don't remember, like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning. So they were underwater in a train, like in a swampy area, pitch black, and that's the type of thing. There was one of the airport movies that came out, but I used to do those every year with George Kennedy.
Airport 77, Airport 78, Airport, yeah.
One of them, I believe it was a 747 that went into the ocean. Now, it wasn't necessarily at night, but I remember they did the flyover and they showed it from like the helicopter's perspective,
right,
looking down through the water, and you could see the 747 laying underneath the water on the floor. And that was just freaking creepy. And that kind of thing, and then you throw in night on top of that. Oh Lord, that type of thing gets me. Of course, there are things I wouldn't want to go through, but I legitimately, like other human beings and stuff, I don't fear that stuff. There are situations you can get into with animals or something like that. I mean,
snakes. That's mine.
Mm-hmm. See, I just refuse to let anybody know what I'm truly fearful of, because I think it could be used against me. Because I like James Bond, and I can imagine being 008 one day.
Yes.
And
it's coming.
Yeah,
it's coming.
And they'll use it against me. But
well, I was going to ask you how to follow you. You're not on social media anymore, are you?
I don't. You know what? I don't do Facebook. That you and I actually communicated a lot on Facebook, and that's the only reason I had it. I like when other people chime in and react to my different posts and stuff. I appreciate that, but I just have certain people like to. Like from my past or whatever. I used to have a 9-to-5 where I put people in places that they would rather not go, and had a lot of people finding out that I was on there, and they tried to put their 2 cents in and make things difficult. And whenever that happens, or ex-wife family, stuff like that, try to get in and do whatever. I just don't want to be on there and have anything to do with that. So I bailed off of Facebook. If you want to contact me, send me a direct message. Just, you could say what's up, whatever. You can follow me on Twitter, and I'm at 1 Bill G. It's at with the number 1 Bill G. And you can get on there, follow me, do whatever. It's no big deal.
Awesome. Can't thank you enough for coming in.
Oh, man, thanks for having me. Very much. It's been terrific.
Let's get back to the party. All right?
Yes,
all right.
Sir.
All I ask you to do is love somebody.
Thanks for listening. If you like what you heard, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Point 19 Productions, and to our podcast through iTunes or Stitcher. As always, we ask you help support the show by liking, commenting, and sharing our content. For up-to-date information regarding the B Team, head to thebteamwithcoreyandjim.com.